Hello mathematicians, welcome back to the second video of this lesson, and I hope you took the chance to kind of take a breather. I know this can be kind of heavy. So next example, let's go ahead and take a look if there is a variable that is easiest to eliminate. I look at the y's, like 4 and 5 would be tough, but I look at the x's, and they already have the same coefficient in front of them. So x is going to be the easier variable to go for. But if I add -5 and -5 together, I get -10, and the goal is to get 0. So I need to make them an additive inverse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose one of the equations to multiply a -1 to it. So let's just do the top one, just to make it easier as I write. So -1 times -5x would be a positive 5x. -1 times 5y would be a -5y. Equals -1 times -25 would be a positive 25. And now when I go add those together, -5x and 5x zero out. 4y plus a -5y is just -y. And -23 plus 25 would be a positive 2. I'm not fully done yet because I never want my variable to have a negative coefficient or a numerical coefficient. So I always want it to be a positive 1. So I'm going to divide by -1 on both sides. So that cancels the negative out. And that leaves me with a positive y equals -2. So that's half of my answer. I have to go find the other half. I found y. So I need to choose one of the equations to sub back into. It doesn't really matter which one. The second equation has smaller numbers, sort of. So since I found y, my parentheses is going to go where y is. So I have -5x plus 4 parentheses equals -23. And we think that y is -2. So now I simplify and solve. So -5x here, 4 times -2 is -8. And it's a two-step equation, so my goal is to get that 5x by itself first. Add 8 to both sides. -23 plus 8, opposite signs, subtract the number, keep the sign of the larger. 13 minus 8 would be 5. Yeah. Divide by -5, and x equals -3. Let's make sure this answer is correct. Make sure it works for both equations. So I'm going to substitute a -3 in for x and a -2 in for y. -5 times -3 would be a positive 15. 5 times -2 would be a -10. Oh man. That should have been a -15, so that would make that a positive 3. See, this is why we check. All right, so -5 times positive 3 would be -15. -15 minus 10 would be -25 equals -25. That checks out. -5 times positive 3 would be -15. 4 times a -2 would be -8. And 15 plus 8 would be 23. Negative. Checks out for both. So our solution would be 3, -2. See, if I wouldn't have done that check step, I probably would not have caught my mistake. And I promise I didn't do that on purpose either. So it happens. All right, last example. Check. Yeah, we can multiply -8 times y to get the additive inverse of y, but why would we do that when our x's are already set up to eliminate? We don't have to multiply this by anything because -2x plus 2x is already 0. 8y plus y is 9y. It's getting ahead of myself there. Same sign, add the numbers, keep the sign. 6 plus 21 would be 27, so -27. Divide by 9, and y would be a -3. That's only half of our answer, though. We got to go back and choose one of the equations. It doesn't matter which one, but notice if you choose the second equation, you won't have to multiply that y value by anything. So let's choose the second one. 2x plus parentheses equals negative 21. What goes in the parentheses? Negative 3. And it's already set up to be a two-step equation, so let's add 3 to both sides. I'm adding 3 because the 3 is negative, and we always want to make that 0. Bring that 2x down. Negative 21 plus 3 would be a negative 18. Opposite sign, subtract the number, keep the sign at the larger. Divide by 2, and x equals negative 9. Let's check to see if they work, because that check step really helped us out last time. So our x is negative 9. Y is negative 3. Negative 2 times negative 9 would be a positive 18. 8 times a negative 3 would be negative 24. 24 minus 18 would be 6. 24 is the larger number, so it would be negative, which checks out. 2 times negative 9 would be negative 18. And then minus 3 equals negative 21. Same sign. Add the numbers, keep the sign. 18, 19, 20, 21. Negative 21 checks out. So we do have the correct answer, so we can write our answer as an ordered pair. Don't forget to go find 2 examples of solving systems using elimination. You have 2 class periods for this, so you really need to go find a couple more examples. As you can see, we only did 2 examples where you really had to figure out what to multiply by, and only 1 example of the complex kind. So I would definitely go find a couple more examples to solidify your learning before you try to take that mastery check. Don't forget to tell me where you found them. And as always, happy mathing!